today we're back working on my M2, and we're completely tearing it apart 3 days before we have a race. But let me explain. I bought the new G87 M2 to be my full-time time attack track car, and it's been amazing so far. Over the past year, we've been developing it as a stock car, incrementally making this thing better and better to suit my driving needs. The last time we drove this car was at Laguna Seca with our custom-built, all-new Nitron R3 two-way suspension, which was absolutely sick. Fast forward a few months and we have our first ever time attack competition coming up with the M2, which is going to be Gridlife Laguna Seca. You guys asked, so we're delivering. The brand new Japan Evo 5 drop is live right now. I am so stoked that you guys are in love with the Banana Evo just as much as I am, and I knew that I wanted to create an entire collection revolved around it. So right now, the brand new Evo 5 collection is live on legends.media. It's gonna be the first link down in the description box below. You guys can go check it out, see everything that we have, but I wanted to give a quick rundown of the collection because it did just go live today for you guys. We've got a lot of stuff available for all of you, and it's so cool. So of course, I wanted this collection to revolve all around the Evo 5, and we have a few different pieces that kind of highlight it perfectly, give you a little background of what the Evo 5 is. We have 4 new shirts. We've got the black classic 1998 Evo 5 shirt. We also have a white one if you don't want the front hit. You have the option for the Legends logo on the front and the white on the back. Now, you guys ask me this all the time. I personally wear an XL. Right now I'm wearing a Legends XL shirt. That's what I like to rock. These fit really, really nicely and are super comfy. Those of you that have bought from Legends before know exactly just that. And we also have a hoodie for you guys as well. About that time, it's coming right up on fall. It's about to get cold. It's the perfect hoodie for you guys to grab and show your support for the Evo 5 right here. So we have a brand new black hoodie with the awesome Evo illustration on the back. I think it's just so cool. And then I kind of wanted to give you guys some classic stuff. I don't always want to wear a big graphic, and when I don't want to do that, I wanted to have some options for Legends that aren't that. So we're coming out with 2 brand new shirts with just the classic Legends logo on the front. We had to do yellow. I thought this was so cool to kind of go with the Banana Evo. And then we also have a gray option for you guys, just to give you guys some more options. And I think it looks so freaking sick. I am pumped on all this. Not only do we have apparel, but you guys know how much I love my accessories. We do have a brand new 5-panel hat available for you guys. Jet tag, which is really cool. This is one of my favorites. I think just the yellow as well is so good. One of my favorite pieces from the entire collection, the Banana Evo box sticker. This is a must pick up. This is so dang cool. So all this stuff is live on the site right now. You guys can head to legends.media or the first link down in the description box below and check out and grab the brand new Banana Evo 5 collection. Let's hop back into the video. Now this is our biggest event of the year, and for this one, we wanted to go all in. But if you guys have been following along with the M2 build, for our class, we are really limited on how much we can actually modify this car. We aren't allowed any aero, and we're very constrained on the things that we can do for interior and power. But today we have something that's going to completely change this car and really allow us to dial this thing in for my driving. Now, this is either gonna be a really good idea or a really bad idea, but we're going full send. Today, we're gonna be completely changing the entire geometry of the M2 because thanks to MAPerformance, we have the entire SPL suspension kit for the M2. Now, if you guys don't know what this is literally every single arm underneath this car, making it fully adjustable. And not only do we have adjustable arms, we're gonna be replacing all of our bushings from the OEM rubber bushings here with brand new spherical bushings on all of the arms. So I'm not just talking a lower control arm, etc. We are going to be completely taking apart the underside of this car and replacing every single arm so that everything on this car is fully adjustable. This thing is going to drive like a completely new car. We're gonna be able to dial in every degree of adjustment with anything, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. Paired with the Nitron suspension, our big beefy Titan 7 wheels and Bridgestone RE71RS tires, this thing is gonna handle unlike anything else, and I'm super pumped. But like I said, we only have 3 days, so this thing has to be loaded up into the trailer, so we gotta get to work. We have to drop the rear subframe, drop pretty much everything in the front, gotta start taking off all of these arms. Everything that we're going to be installing today. Again, We've been working with MAPerformance for years, so big thank you to them for helping us get this before our event. If you guys need any parts for your car, I'm gonna leave a link to MAPerformance down below where you guys can find literally anything that you're looking for, and if they don't have it, you can hit them up and they can help you find it. Now, the fun part is figuring out how the heck we're gonna do this, because pretty much everything under here has to come out. We're gonna drop the rear subframe. Every single arm under here and bushing is about to get replaced, and a lot of this stuff is in the way. So we're gonna be figuring this out along with you guys. Now, I think we are gonna be starting in the front. The front is going to be the easier portion up here. The rear is where it's gonna be a lot of fun. So first things first, we're gonna get the front bumper off and we're gonna start yanking things off. This arm, this is just this part. Okay.
But it's adjustable now. So like,
that's sick.
Yeah, so like now that your car is lowered, you can actually adjust where this is, because it's supposed to be, your control arm is supposed to match your, like for like level.
Guys, this is going to be so freaking sick to have a fully proper setup on this car. It's gonna make it feel so nice. The M2 is a very heavy car, so being able to dial in to down to every degree on how this thing drives is going to be so nice and help honestly save us tires and help me turn this big car as well. So let's get started. Take her off, Tim. This is, just months of, oh my God. Months of tracking with ultimate. We're gonna get so much better cooling right now. Doing the arms just for this, worth it. You know, this is what months of button willow tracking will do to your car. Oh, there's a, oh, I thought that was a butterfly. Good Lord. We're gonna clean that up later, it's fine.
That's so nice. That's only one side too.
This is worth it. This alone is worth it. Now we'll have ultimate cooling for Laguna. We're making progress. We honestly don't know what we're doing. We're just taking things off until we can get to the bolts that we need to get to, because they don't make this easy.
Show them the bolt.
Literally what we're, I don't even think I can show them the bolt. I don't think it's like, can you even see it?
That little tiny hole right there.
Yeah, but in order to get to that, you got to take all this off in order to be able to even access the bolt in there. So as we figure it out, I'll update you guys. Currently trying to get off the front suspension, but we're going to clean up these guys and work on getting some of these bolts out. Race car things. Oh yeah. Clean her up. Maximum cooling now. It's fine. This is just the perks of being able to do this while doing the suspension. All right, now we can get back to the stuff today. Making progress. All right, now that we've sucked all of the debris out of our nice oil cooler, radiators, etc. down here, let's get to modifying. Now, really quickly before we start tearing things apart, let me show you guys exactly what we're gonna be replacing. We have our upper control arm, our lower control arm, and I'm gonna call this the steering end link. It may be wrong, but we're gonna be replacing this. So 3 arms up front.
Bump steer adjustable tie rod ends.
And the bump steer tie rod right here. All of these are going to get replaced, and you guys see these old squishy rubber bushings right here. These guys are going bye-bye. So let's check out what we have. Here are shiny new parts. These are going to be so rad, so immediately you guys can notice how much better quality these arms are going to be, but also the bushings. The spherical bushings are going to make a massive difference, not only in rigidity, but like I've already said, the adjustment that this is going to give us. We're going to be able to dial this car in so good, make sure as much of the tire patch is on the pavement as possible. It's going to be really nice. This car is going to feel insane. So I think we're going to start out with our tension rod first, then we'll move on to the lower control arm, and then do our bump steer tie rod right here. So without wasting any more time, let's hop back into the car and get all the OEM stuff off. Just took apart the entire front end of this car for this one little bolt, Tim.
But look at the access you have now though.
That's so scary. It's gonna be one of those installs where like you literally take everything off to get to one small little area, but it's for good purpose. Oh God. Oh my God. Come on. Yes. Oh God,
it's spinning now.
Okay. Whew. Got it. stock arm, SPL. Arm 1, good to go. Arm number 2. All right, we're gonna be replacing this arm with this arm. Also, I think I should mention for our install today, we were just making the arms the same length as stock because this car will be going to WRTeknica before we actually get it on track. So they're gonna do a proper alignment for us, but we have to drive the car there. So we're gonna get it as close to stock as possible so that when it gets to them, it's not too jacked up. So Tim went ahead, measured it back to stock length, and we'll go ahead and install it now.
Close enough to stock.
Close enough.
It's an eyeball, because you can't like,
yeah,
you can't put this in and this in that, so it's close enough.
It's good enough. Like butter. Yeah. There she is. Got it. Got it. Maybe. I need a hammer. The final arm. Last but not least for the front, the nice bump stop tie rod that we have and a full replacement bolt.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but Dustin put some orange marking to show us where the last one was, and we're just gonna get it that close.
Should be good to go, right?
Yeah, it'll be straight as an arrow.
You know, honestly, the front wasn't as bad as I expected.
It's just the whole front bumper, and
you literally have to take off the entire front end of the car just to get this one bolt. If you didn't have to do that, this really wouldn't be that bad.
Just wait till the rear.
I'm not gonna think about it. We're just gonna do it. Yes. Got it. Spacers and boom. SPL front arms installed. Well, sort of, we gotta torque them, but they're installed. Special delivery on race week. This is a good sign. Oh, just what the doctor ordered, brother. Nice. Gotta hook up our driver with some Ghost. I'll give him one to try. Here you are, sir.
Sweet.
Have a good day, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, bro.
Have a good day.
Day number 2 of the M2 race prep. Now we're working on the rear of the car. Told you guys this is going to be the fun one. Today we're working on dropping the subframe so that we can access this bolt right here. As you guys can see, the bolt head is right there and it hits the chassis of the car, so you're not actually able to get that bolt out, and we need to replace this arm. So we're gonna drop the subframe a few inches so that we're able to actually get that bolt out. For the rear of the car, we're gonna be replacing 4 separate arms, literally the whole rear end of this car. Got this arm, this arm, this arm, and this arm right here. All of these are getting replaced again with the beautiful SPL arms with spherical bushings. This car is going to be ridiculous. But first, before we can do anything, let's drop the subframe. Just drop in the entire rear end of this car 2 days before we leave, Tim.
What don't we do before Gridlife?
This should lower it as you go lower with the jack.
Lowering it.
Oh yeah, you can see it. Incrementally, so that we're able to get these bolts out. I think it's pretty good. So ridiculous. Yeah. What is that? 2 inches?
Yeah,
not
2
even.
inches.
Well, got access to the bolts. That was a lot scarier than I expected. I mean, a lot less scarier than I expected. There she is. There she is. The bolt that we need now, the good news is when we replace this arm, we can slide this bolt in this way and not have to ever do that again in case we need to replace the arm. There you go, so we don't lose that. Now, we we can actually get started. Let's check out and see what we got in our secret package. Overnight parts from Girodisc. Beautiful. We got big fat juicy pads. Oh my goodness. Just what we needed as well. We still got a lot of work to do, so we'll get into the Girodisc pads later on. For now, let's stay focused on the rear end here. Now, what we're gonna do to make this a little bit easier is remove our coilover. That way we can have full access to, it's gonna be hard for you guys to see, but all the bolts back here, especially because this bolt is very, very close to the coilover. It's probably gonna have some issues. Get this knocked off, and then we can start taking off all of our arms. We're out. First things first, this arm, then this arm. First arm out. Second arm complete. All right, we're making some good progress here. Two of the first arms are out. This is what we're going to be replacing. Here are the two replacement rear upper arms. I think that this is a tie rod and this is just called the rear upper arm here. Very, very nice. I mean, you guys can see the difference between OEM and the new arms. This is going to be absolutely sick. So again, as simple as it can be, we're just going to go ahead and replace what we took out, and these two arms will be good. We can move on to the lower arms. Take a look at these crusty old rubber bushings compared to the nice new spherical bushings. Ooh, that's just good. Second to last, one arm to go. Well, let's replace this one, then one arm to go. Last arm, here we go. The rear was actually 5 arms if you count the end link as a arm. It's adjustable, it has spherical bushings, so you can count it. Our 5th and last arm is gonna be this guy right here, and then we have successfully replaced every arm on this M2. Now, once this is done, we have to torque everything, hope that it's relatively okay so that we can make it to the alignment tomorrow. So let's knock this guy off. We did it. That's the last arm, baby. Now to torque it all down. That's spicy. Look at this. Look how sick this is. Brand new shiny arms. I am most stoked to see how this thing is going to feel on track. I mean, even just base driving it, I'm sure it's going to feel nuts. And I'm excited to see how Justin sets this thing up. So now that all of our arms are in, we have full front, full rear. It's time for us to go through everything, triple check our work here, make sure nothing is loose. We're gonna torque everything down, mark everything so that we know it's tight, and we'll be good to put this thing on the ground. It took us 2 days, but massive success on the suspension. Tim Rose will be working back here. Like I said, double checking everything, torquing everything down. We got to get the coilovers back into the car, but while Tim is doing that, we are going to be tag teaming the car. You guys saw earlier today, we had a special overnight delivery from our friends over at Girodisc. They sent us some brand new pads for the front of the car, so let's go check them out. I love the M2 so much. The stock brakes are literally insane. Look at, this is what a stock pad looks like. This is the biggest brake pad I've ever seen in my, look at this, for scale, I've ever seen in my entire life. It's huge. Now, you guys know, pretty much on all of our race cars, we've used Girodisc. Girodisc is our go-to and probably the best stock replacement you can use for upgrading your brakes for being on track. We have originally been using the endless pads, which I really like, and that's usually what I use. But I feel like for the M2, the ABS system is so powerful that these endless brake pads might be a little bit too aggressive. Girodisc sent out their GP35 compound brake pads, which is their sprint race brake pads, and we're gonna give those a try for this event. I'm still gonna take my endless just in case, but I figured we would try these out, see if this is a better fit for the car, and see if I like these just a little bit better. Laguna is a fast track, and we're gonna be using the brakes a lot with this car, so I wanna make sure that we have it dialed in and it's feeling perfect going down. Corkscrew going 140 miles an hour down the front straight, it's gonna be fast, so I gotta make sure these brakes feel good. While Tim's working on the suspension, I'm gonna change the brake pads. Easy peasy. Girodisc front pads installed. By the way, if you guys want any of this stuff as well, I'll leave a link to both MAPerformance and Girodisc down below in case you guys want to try these out for your car or any other compound they have, especially for street cars, track cars, whatever, they got you guys covered. All right, front pads done. Let's go check in with Tim and see how the rear suspension's doing. And this is where we're gonna end it for tonight. Full suspension is in. We've got Girodisc pads in the front, Girodisc pads in the rear. It is late as heck right now, but crunch time is crunching. We are down to the wire. Unfortunately, let me update you guys on this. SPL says to torque your bolts down to 180. Do not do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Do not do that at
Max 120. I went 180 and it blew all the threads out of the nut.
Yeah, so it's always when you get to the very end where something catastrophic has to happen. We're now missing a nut for the arms on the front suspension. And that sucks because where the heck are we gonna find another nut that size? So tomorrow morning, Tim's gonna go searching. Our alignment guy, Justin, may have a nut that size as well. So we're crossing our fingers right now, but it is Tuesday at 9 o'clock at night and we leave Thursday early in the morning and we still have a lot to do to the M2. We are down to the wire. Like I said, crunch time is really crunching right now, but this is as far as we're gonna make it today. We did have another delivery, which I am super excited for, which you guys will see tomorrow morning. Well, I guess that's all the same video for you guys, but we did another delivery today, which this is getting done when we get up in the morning. Wish us luck. We're gonna get some sleep and see you guys bright and early for day number 3 of race car prep. Welcome back for day number 3, the last and final day that we have to set up this car to get ready for race weekend. As you guys can see, the car is buttoned up and on the ground because Tim actually found a bolt. We were able to successfully finish the install of the front suspension. Now our alignment's gonna be all out of whack, but Tim did actually measure it pretty good to at least have a base setup for Justin, our alignment guy, to get some perfect specs. Now we're gonna be trailering this to the alignment shop, but before we do that, we have one last and final modification to do to say that this car is really complete and ready to race. All right. Oh God. Last but not least, for our race prep, other than the alignment, we have something that we've been wanting to do for a long time. And I have to give a big thank you to our friends over at Zestek, because today we're going to be installing a full race steering wheel system in the M2, which is much needed. We did the OMP seats, the cage, the harnesses. The only thing we've been missing was a proper steering wheel. Now, what makes this so freaking sick is that it retains all of our OEM functions, but allows us to even modify even more. Once we get this car tuned and we have different maps, this is gonna allow us to adjust our maps. It's so sick. Let's do a quick unboxing. So this thing is fully modular. We got some cool decals. We can customize our steering wheel and our functions using the decals that they provide, but take a look at the entire unit. I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link to Zestek down in the description box below in case you guys want to try this out for your car. That they make this for all types of different cars, Supras, BMWs, even for the FL5 Type R, we have one that we need to do. For the M2, this is going to be a game changer. Check out this unit. There's a lot that goes into this. You're gonna program this on the computer and everything, but we're just gonna be getting this in with the steering wheel before we program for you guys. Look at this thing. Carbon fiber, mechanical, listen. Are you kidding me? It's fantastic. Now, this is going to be a massive, massive upgrade into the car. Not only do we have the Zestek unit here, we also have a beautiful OMP steering wheel. And this is going to go perfectly with the Zestek right here, both gold and black, and of course we have the OMP seat, which is super sick as well. But we'll show you guys why exactly we got this specific wheel, and I'll show you which one you need to get to in case you want to do this for your car. But without me blabbering on too long, let's go ahead and get this in and I can show you guys all of the sick features. If you guys want to get this unit for yourself, the link for Zestek will be in the description box below. It is quick release. Probably one of the coolest features is you can actually use this on your sim as well if you get the connector, and we'll show that later on. But let's go ahead and start removing our OEM steering wheel setup and start getting this installed. You guys saw me remove the OEM steering wheel whenever we did our other paddle shifters here, so I'm not going to go too in depth. I'm just going to start ripping things apart and getting it all out of the car so we can get going. Airbag is off, which means we can start setting up the steering wheel. Now, Zestek does something really cool, online download where you can get the program for Zestek, and they literally give you any option for any button on this thing, so you can configure it any way that you want. Now, due to time constraints, I'm only really setting up my M1 and M2 button and some like dial features. As you guys can see, like you can literally click on any of the buttons and it changes. You can set them to whatever you want, but you can also set the color. So I'm just leaving my M1 and M2 buttons red like it is OEM, and then the rest of them I'm gonna leave white for now, and I can dive deeper into this when we have a little bit more time, but we gotta get this thing into the car so we can get it to the alignment shop. I just thought I would show you guys that because it is so freaking sick. Like, being able to have that much customization for your wheel is so cool, and retaining all OEM functions, that's badass. Now that I have the M1 and M2 buttons set up, which is really all that I need, I'm gonna go ahead, hop in the car, get the steering wheel out, and we can start installing the Zestek. Oh wow, that was extremely easy. Here is the brain to everything. This is the computer chip that works. Now, when you order from Zestek, depending on which car you have, they'll send you a new, we'll call it the brain here. This is what makes everything works. Once you put in the replacement sensors, you can then start plugging these bad boys in. Let's make sure I do this correctly. That's scary. Plug in your brain, and then you can start mounting the steering wheel and everything. Let's all just take a quick second to appreciate the beauty that is our new setup. All right, we've got the steering wheel hub on from Zestek, which is super sick, and then we've got the steering wheel, the carbon steering wheel adapter with our brand new OMP steering wheel. It's what? This might be my favorite setup of all time. I love personal wheels, but I think that this OMP, the size, it's a 330 mil. I think that the size and quality of this, unmatched. Paired with the carbon fiber from Zestek, this is an unbeatable setup. Let's all get prepared for the first click in together. So we should have done everything correctly, and with that, is that it? Oh, it is fire. Oh my God. And then take it off, put it on. Off. Oh my God, it's so sick. This is all I'm gonna do while I'm sitting in the car waiting on grid. Damn. Guys, we built a frickin' race car. Now let's get it set up. Hey. My real question is, will it work with the battery installed? Oh my God. Start her up. Yep, M2 works. M1 works. Nice. Yep. We got volume. Pretty much all we need. Zestek complete. Also, sick. Works. Welcome to race car heaven. I don't know how, but it's always down to the wire when it's race weekend, and we finally made it, which is awesome. So we're here at our favorite spot, WRTeknica. This is where we get all of our race cars, really all of our cars aligned and set up properly, especially the race cars. And so we have Justin here somewhere that's about to set up everything. You guys saw us do the SPL arms, Nitron suspension, etc. We even have a slightly adjusted setup up front as well. So Justin's gonna get us squared away. I'm sure this is all wonky, but this is going to drive and feel like a completely different car. I mean, not only because of the suspension, but that steering wheel is gonna help a lot. You guys know me, I love the little things, I love the driver mods, and that reduced diameter steering wheel, a lot thinner, is gonna be so much more direct when pointing this car, paired with the spherical bushings and the precision alignment. It's gonna be insane. While he's working on this, let's go check out what WRTeknica has in the shop because it's good.
They have something over there that I wonder if we could buy, potentially.
Let's go check it out. You know? This is about the only time I would ever be able to buy something like that. I'm not even going to show you guys, but...
Listen, we already rebuilt something like this, and we know what to do. So...
yeah, it's not off the table. The man, the myth, the legend, Justin. What are we gonna be doing today to improve on the alignment? I know we got the arms. Now, how much easier is it to adjust? It's pretty sick, right?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's easier.
He's like, no.
It's actually more difficult because because now I have 5 adjustable arms.
Sorry, but you're welcome. It's gonna be sick as heck though. So
it's gonna be fast.
Yeah, last time Justin aligned the car with just all the stock arms and it felt really good. Last track day on this was actually at Laguna, which was really, really nice for me coming up. But I was noticing a little bit of understeer, and I think Justin's gonna add some spice, give us max grip. You guys can see right here, now he has full adjustability to adjust the camber in the rear, which we didn't have before, which means the arms from SPL give us a lot more adjustability to get maximum tire patch on the road. Which is that what you're currently working on here? It's kind of what it looks like.
Yep.
He's gonna add some spice. We're gonna be looking really, really good. I'll run through it with you guys once he gets done with the car, kind of look and see how we're setting the M2 up. Again, I am super excited to have this thing fully dialed in. It's already looking pretty spicy. You can see how much of the rubber in the rear is gonna be hitting the ground, or hitting the pavement. That's what we need. This is gonna be sick. Now comes the fun part. So when you put the suspension on, it's not really done once it's on because they provide you with a bunch of different spacers, small, big, etc. And now it's the game of trying to figure out what position's best. So the way the alignment's working, Justin's able to kind of see what the car does under compression, and currently it's towing in a ton, which we definitely don't want. So he's adjusting spacers, trying to get it perfect so that when the car is compressing, it stays aligned, which is cool that we have the option to even do this with all the arms. Now imagine this, not having these arms to adjust anything, and the car just does funky things when you're going into a corner. When I'm going down the corkscrew, the car compresses super hard and tows in like crazy. Now we have all that adjustment, which makes it so much better. So we'll let Justin do his thing and see what the end result's like. Test drive. Give me the feedback.
That's definitely 2 seconds faster.
Yes! That's all I needed, baby. That's all I needed to hear. So Justin just took out the M2 to go for a around-the-block test drive. They put it back on the alignment rack. Justin says it feels good. It must feel really, really good. Justin, thank you, man. Give me the generic rundown of the alignment, what changed really? What's like the biggest change with the alignment now?
Well, we eliminated the factory bump steer, which is pretty good. Now you have all spherical bearings, so car chassis should be tighter. Gave you a little bit more camber.
Yeah, you could tell.
Tire wear.
It's spicy,
just a
dude.
little bit, but it's gonna be good.
It'll be sick. I'm super, super excited. We did it. We built the race car in 3 days. We are T-minus like 16 hours until we have to leave for Laguna Seca. So we made it right on time. Tim's already back at the shop loading in the trailer. I gotta drive the M2 home. We're gonna get this guy loaded up. We've officially completed the M2 race prep. I can't believe we did it. We have officially finished the race prep. Oh, and the steering wheel is so good. Maiden voyage on the steering wheel as well. So I'm stoked to see how this thing is going to feel. I mean, it's gonna be nothing compared to what it's gonna be like actually on the track, but at least we can get a little feel for it. It looks so sick with the LED buttons. We have to fully customize this when I have a little bit more time, but for now, this is insane. Let's get this thing on the road, and I will update you guys as I'm driving back home and let you know how everything feels with the new setup. It's so like rigid, and it's definitely gonna be noisy with these spherical bushings, but it's all for a purpose, baby. Built for purpose, not for pleasure. Oh, it's so good. All right, we'll see you guys when we make it back to the shop. Oh my, I haven't even gone anywhere yet, and this feels fucking crazy. Holy, the precision. Woo! Oh my God, we were just on the street.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Chanu.
And this, by the way, the steering wheel feels great. This OMP is perfect, and it fits really nicely with the Zestek, so my steering wheel isn't too far away from the paddles or any of my controls. So it feels really nice.
At the next light, turn left.
Well, it is considerably later now, but the M2 was a massive success. I'm gonna update you guys in the morning when we load this thing up into the trailer. Truck and trailer is all loaded up, ready for Gridlife. I am so pumped. I haven't been this pumped to race a car since I first started. The drive home in the M2 was phenomenal. It truthfully feels like a completely different car. The steering is insane. It's so pointy. It's epic. I want to show you guys one of the coolest parts about the new steering wheel, and that is the use of it on sim. So I've been practicing the sim nonstop, getting ready for this weekend. And with the Zestek setup, I can take this straight out of my M2, connect it. Let's see if I can do it one-handed here. connected straight to my sim. Now it's perfectly set up and we can actually race with my own steering wheel. This is an absolute game changer. Obviously, muscle memory. It's so sick that I can use the exact same steering wheel in my car to put on the sim. How gnarly is that? Now, I don't know if all of my buttons actually work, but the fact that I'm able to just have the same feel as if I'm in my own car racing on my full motion sim is absolutely epic. This is also a perfect time to plug Advanced Sim Racing. If you guys want 5% off of anything on their site, literally anything, any of this setup, you guys can use my link down below or Dustin Williams 5 on the screen right here to get 5% off. But the Zestek wheel is well worth the money and the time of installation. I could not recommend it anymore. To end our night tonight, before we load up the M2, I'm gonna go ahead and run Laguna Seca a few more times. We have one more night before we make our way up to Monterey, so I wanna make sure to get as much practice in as I can. So I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna run some sim, and I'll see you guys in the morning, bright and early, for load up. Good morning, guys. That is a wrap for our M2 race preparation. It's been 4 long days, but 4 extremely rewarding days. I don't feel like I've been this prepared for a race ever in my life. So I'm super excited for our weekend at Laguna Seca with Valvoline and Gridlife. It's going to be amazing. I have to give a big thank you to all the sponsors that even made this possible. Without MAPerformance, Zestek, Girodisc, and many, many others like Fitment, Valvoline, Bridgestone, none of this would be possible. I'm gonna leave links to everybody down in the description in case you want to use any of the stuff that we did in this video. You can find all of the products in the description box below. I hope you guys are excited for race weekend. It's going to be one that you're not going to want to miss. We're about to lock up and make our way all the way 7 hours up to Monterey to Laguna Seca to compete at Gridlife this weekend. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, leave us a comment down below, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. See you guys for race weekend. Peace out.